Right now, you're breathing manually. A second ago, you weren't. Your body was handling it for you. Quietly, automatically, the way it has every moment since you were born. You never had to think about it. You never had to choose it. And now you're the one doing it. Each breath in, each breath out. A decision you're suddenly aware of making. Here's the strange part. You can't hand it back. Not on purpose. For the next little while, the only way to stop breathing manually is to forget you were ever doing it. And I'm about to make that very hard. Most people think breathing is automatic. And they're right. It is, but that's only half of it. Breathing is also manual. And it sits on both sides of a line that almost nothing else in your body is allowed to cross. Think about everything happening inside you that you have no say in. Your heart is beating. Your stomach is digesting. Your kidneys are filtering. Your pupils are adjusting to the light on this screen. You cannot stop any of it. You can't speed up your own heartbeat by deciding to, or pause your digestion because you'd rather it waited. But breathing, you can grab, you can speed it up, slow it down, hold it, stop it for a while. You're doing exactly that right now. So the real question isn't why you breathe automatically. It's why you're allowed to take the wheel at all. The answer is that you have two separate control systems, wired into one set of lungs. Deep in your brainstem, in the oldest part of you, sits a tiny cluster of neurons called the pre-Bötzinger complex. It was only discovered in 1991. It's about the size of a grain of sand, and it has exactly one job: to generate the rhythm of your breathing, over and over, without ever being told to. It fires while you sleep. It fires under anesthesia. It fires when you're completely unconscious. It is the autopilot, and it never asks permission. But sitting above it, in your cortex, the newer, thinking part of your brain, is a second system, the manual override. And the override can interrupt the autopilot anytime it wants. That's the one you're using right now. That's the one I switched on, with a single sentence. So why would evolution hand you a manual override for something this important? Wouldn't it be safer to just leave it on autopilot? Because you need to seize the wheel constantly. You just never notice. Every time you speak, you're doing it. Talking is just breathing out in a very controlled, deliberate way. Every word you have ever said was you overriding your own autopilot. Same with blowing out a candle, holding your breath underwater, bracing before you lift something heavy, sighing, singing. A purely automatic system could never do any of that. So you were built with a hand resting on the wheel. But here's where it starts to get strange. If you have manual control, you should be able to simply stop. Hold your breath, refuse to let go, all the way to the end. People assume that, in theory, they could hold their breath until they die. You can't. It isn't allowed. Hold your breath long enough, and the autopilot doesn't politely wait its turn. It overrides you. The pressure builds. The urge becomes unbearable. And if you somehow pushed past all of it and forced yourself to pass out, the very first thing that happens, the instant you lose consciousness, is that the brainstem takes the wheel back and starts you breathing again. Your conscious mind is a guest in this system. The moment it checks out, the autopilot is already there, and the thing forcing your hand isn't what you'd guess. It feels like you're starving for oxygen. You're not. That burning urge is your body detecting rising carbon dioxide, the waste gas building up, not the fuel running out. Your alarm was built around the trash, not the air, which brings us to the strangest part of all, and it turns the whole thing around. For the last few minutes, manual breathing has probably felt like a mild annoyance, something you'd like to switch off so you can stop noticing it. There are people who would give anything to have your problem. There's a rare condition with an old haunting name, Ondine's curse. The medical name is congenital central hypoventilation syndrome, and it traces back to a mutation in a single gene. In the people who have it, the autopilot is broken. The pre-Bötzinger complex doesn't do its job, so they can breathe perfectly well while they're awake and thinking about it on manual. But the moment they stop paying attention, the moment they fall asleep, there's nothing underneath to catch them. The breathing simply stops. The name comes from an old myth. Ondine was a water spirit betrayed by a human knight, a man who had sworn that his every waking breath was his pledge of love to her. So when he broke that promise, her curse was precise and merciless. If you ever fall asleep, you will forget to breathe. For these patients, that myth is a daily reality. Many of them sleep on a ventilator every night. Because the one thing you've spent this whole video wishing you could turn off is the only thing keeping them alive. So it's easy to land on the obvious lesson: be grateful it's automatic. Lucky you, your autopilot works. But there's something deeper underneath this. Breathing is the single place in your entire body where your conscious mind can reach in and touch the machinery directly. Your heartbeat, your hormones, your immune system, all sealed off, running without you. The breath is the one door left open between the part of you that decides and the part of you that just runs. That's not a small thing. It's why every meditation tradition, every breathing exercise, every panic attack technique, every monk, and every free diver on earth all reach for the exact same lever. The breath is the handle on a door almost nothing else can open. It's where you and your body actually meet. And right now, that door is still open. You're still breathing manually. You have been this whole time, but you won't be for long. In a minute, maybe less, your attention will drift. You'll think about something else, and somewhere in that drift, with no signal, no warning, without you ever catching the moment it happens, the grain of sand in your brainstem will quietly take the wheel back. You never feel the handoff. You never have. It happens about 22,000 times a day, every day of your life. And you've noticed it maybe twice. It's probably taking over again right now.